Morning, HPC. Following the star this morning, continuing our slow journey through Matthew chapter 2. And we've got to day 16, the day in which Sinclair Ferguson, here's his book, the day in which he considers the significance of the star and how it works. He outlines the three sort of popular theories. What was it? Now, I haven't actually read this book. My father-in-law read a book which is called The Great Christ Comet. And it's by all accounts a fabulous book. And I will try and remember to put a link below this in the YouTube description to a review of it. Simply because he found it persuasive and thoroughly edifying, and said the book itself was brilliant, really, really well written, and much more interesting than he was expecting from someone who is both a Christian and an astronomer. But it's well told. So I'll put a review there, and I'll put a link to the book. And you can delve into that if you want. All I will say is the clue is somewhat, I don't think it's a spoiler, somewhat in the title, that this person believes it was a comet. And that helps to explain how it is that the star might point to an individual house within Bethlehem. Anyway, enough of that. Other than it is quite interesting, and you never know, it's not too late for a Christmas present, is it? The wise men set off from Jerusalem, and they're delighted to see that the star is still in the sky and that it's leading them towards Bethlehem. And I thought one of the lovely things about this chapter was how Sinclair Ferguson said their experience of revelation may be more spectacular than ours, may be more dramatic, but it is no less supernatural. Isn't that interesting? If God, in a very, very quiet and gentle way, is been drawing you to Jesus ever since you were born, you might have a testimony where you say, I never knew a time when I wasn't a Christian. That is still a supernatural event of rebirth that has occurred at some point. And we should still be amazed by that. Now, it wasn't a star. It wasn't a talking donkey. It wasn't a blinding light on the road to Damascus like Saul had. But it's no less supernatural. And we need to remember that, don't we? He also helpfully says, doesn't he, that the wise men were kicked off by Scripture, we suspect. The teaching of the Hebrews that had gone into exile in the East, Balaam's prophecy had caused them to see written in the heavens a proclamation, if you like, of the King of all of creation. Creation itself couldn't keep quiet about the birth of God's rescuer. It had to say something about it, and so they saw that. They understood it not just to be, oh look, there's a comet. They understood it because of the Scriptures. And they needed the Scriptures to fill in the details. Yes, there was a star, there was a comet, but until they had heard the teaching of the Bible, they didn't know that it was leading them to Bethlehem. And that's true for us as well. Creation tells us lots. Creation is stunning. We are so fortunate to live where we live. Creation tells us lots, but about what God is like, but it doesn't tell us about Jesus and his rescue. For that, we need the Scriptures, and in that way, we're not dissimilar from the wise men. So I was just encouraged by that, and thankful that the Lord is at work in powerful ways in our lives. So don't miss the opportunity to be thankful to him for that today. All right, HPC, have a really good day, and I hope that you'll be able to join me for the next one tomorrow.